Scope webinar series. First of all, thank you very much for participating in this particular webinar series starting from today. We have planned series of webinars which is starting from today to entire year, and those calendar will be published to you. First of all, I wish and I hope you all are safe and fit in this pandemic situation. This pandemic situation has taught so many lessons and also giving a lot of challenges when it comes to a business. And equally, we have a lot of opportunities has been created. Mainly, when it comes to opportunities, we never thought of giving um, interacting our customers using the technology. We never thought of reaching our customers through the webinars, through the remote access or remote presentations. This pandemic has really give us the or taught us the uh, different situations. Sorry. Hello. Yeah, Yash. I'm started. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry for that. So we have learned so many things, so many new things. We have come out from the conventional thought process to a digital thought process. So this pandemic situation, when it comes to a manufacturing things like us, or technological companies like us, it is very difficult to cope up with this type of pandemic situations. Um, Mainly when it comes to a software companies, they can easily work from home, but for us it is a new norm, working from home, managing lot of things from home. Even the factories also, or manufacturing also, very few people are working, and the persons who are regulating and maintaining the labor are used to work from home.
Bhaskar sir, we have lost your voice.
Audio, sir, audio.
Is it audible, right?
Audible.
Okay. So, sorry, there are some technical glitches happening here. Um, so, we learned so many things, so many new things in this pandemic situation. Now, with this one, last 3 months, we have conducted series of seminars or webinars, mainly giving the trainings to our existing customers, and presenting the our products, or giving the product training or user training to all our existing customers. Um, this particular series we have started, and this has been already planned for entire year. This particular series we have conducting 2 webinars in a month, every Friday and Saturday. One Friday we are conducting the user training webinar. Mainly this is focused on our existing customers who are using our products. We are giving a product wise training and hands-on training, and mainly when people are using our products, mainly the testing instruments, they wanted to have some doubts on the using the products, or the people who are shifting from one organization to other organization, they wanted to learn the products. So for them we are giving a product training. This is every month. First Friday we are going to give, and every month the Saturday we are going to give a presentation on the new products or product based webinars we are going to conduct. So this schedule is already been published, and I hope when you are entering, you will be giving the mail ID and your mobile number. All our website training schedules are being updated to you on either on your email or on your mobile through SMS. So please, when you are giving your details, give your details very clearly and correctly so that we can reach you. Then other important thing is that you also give your feedback once the webinar is over. There is a feedback form. You will be filling that feedback and give your candidate opinion on our web series, webinar series, so that we will improve ourselves, and during the next course of webinars, we will be correct ourselves. This is also one of the learning things to all of us. When it comes to the second one, there is a when my person is going to interact or giving a seminar, you could not able to speak to you. There is no interaction in this particular platform. So there is a window. It has been given at the your right hand side, chat room. So whatever the questions you wanted to ask to a presenter, you just give ask your questions on the chat box. They will be giving you answers to your questions. Few selected questions which needs to be discussed. Those questions we will be taking at the end of the presentation, and we will be discussing those questions, and we will be giving you the particular answers to those questions. So with this one, I welcome all of you to our webinar series. Before my person, Mr. Sushil Kumar, is going to give the presentation on SCADA, I would like to give you our company's small introduction, so that everybody will, most of the people are knowing our portfolio, our product portfolios and our verticals. But I'll take your few minutes to once again give you the our company's introduction. Then Mr. Sushil Kumar, our technical person, will take over, and he will be presenting you our new SCADA system, which is a most powerful SCADA system, having a lot of features. Those things he will be giving you a detailed presentation in this webinar. So with that one, I'm just starting my company presentation. I think this is visible to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So about us, we are the leading testing and measuring solution provider. We are in this particular market or in this field from last 35 years, and we are focusedly working in electrical industry, giving a products, world-class products to the electrical equipments, testing equipments, and also world-class solutions for the automation solutions we are giving. We have 300 plus professionals working in our organization. Mostly 80% of our employees are from electrical background, and we have ISO 9001 2015 certified company. Also, all our products are CE marked or CE certified products, which is European standards we are following. And we have a presence in all over across India. Mainly our headquarters is in Bombay. Our factory and R&D is in Pune. And we have a regional offices in various major cities, mainly Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Pune, Bangalore, or Baroda, Ahmedabad. So we have a regional offices also. And We also exports our products, indigenous products we developed by us to more than 40 countries. So many, when it comes to the what solution we are offering is mainly we have three verticals. One is the testing and measuring vertical. Second is the protection solution vertical. Third one is the substation services. So when it comes to the testing and measuring instruments, you all are knowing very well about our testing instruments, mainly breaker analyzers, contact resistance meters, timing interval meter, or so many other testing instruments. These I'm not going to elaborate on these instruments, but these all are the testing instruments we are going under this particular vertical. So we will be manufacturing, selling, and giving the after sales service of our indigenous products manufactured by us. See, these all are the testing instruments we are giving to these primary equipments. Like if you see the circuit breaker, we have a timer, we have a contact resistance meter, we have a breaker analyzers. When it comes to transformers, we have turns ratio meters, TRM, transformer resistance meters. We have some other related transformer equipments. There are anything you can see, name it in the primary equipment, we have the testing solution, testing instruments with us. So this is particularly, we are dealing these instruments, T&M instruments under the T&M vertical. When it comes to the protection solutions, we are dealing under this protection vertical, we are giving the control and relay panels and substation automation solutions and control switching device. We call it as a CSD, control switching device, and RTU automation solutions. We have a SCADA, OMS, DMS, or ADMS solutions under this vertical. We also do the power system studies, mainly the short circuit current, fault findings, and relay coordination, relay setting activities. These all are things we are doing under the power system studies. Also, we are giving a wide area monitoring system solutions, mainly the PMUs and PMU sort of solutions we have. So these all are our product portfolio under the protection solutions. When it comes to the substation services, we have a separate company under the scope group of companies we have, that is we call Isocellus Sales and Service. Under this company, we do the testing, we take the testing and maintenance activities. Mainly, we have done so far more than 500 substations testing and commissioning. Mainly all our major contractors are customers are EPCs, like they do the substation erection, then they give us the testing jobs to us, like substation erection, cable scheduling, testing and commissioning, and control and relay panel commissionings, and relay configurations, scheme checking. All these things we are doing, and we completely commission the substation and hand over to the customers. So these all are the activities we do under the Isocellus Sales and Service substation services. We also doing the AMC and O&M jobs. We have got more than 15 to 20 power grid substations O&M jobs. We also done so many retrofitting of the relays, like when you comes to the old relays or conventional relays, we are replacing those relays and putting the numerical relays and changing the scheme. So these activities comes under the substation services. We do RTO and AMU and PMU commissionings and control switching device commissioning. So these all are we do under the substation services done by Isocellus company. So when it comes to our clients, most of our clients are major power producers, transmission companies, distribution companies. If you go to any substation in India, the one way or other way, you will find one scope instrument working in that particular substation. So that was what we have our reach into the Indian power industry. So most of you name it anything, we have our solutions or our instruments working on those substations. These are our international customers we have. So this is a small brief introduction about our company. I don't want to take your valuable time on introducing or going in depth of all these products. So we focus, our purpose of today's seminar is on SCADA solutions. So my colleague, Mr. Sushil Kumar, will be taking this presentation and explaining you about our SCADA and their features. And also he is giving the brief or case studies of few projects which we have recently executed, the challenging projects. Those are also, he is giving some small introduction about those case studies also. With this one, I would like to hand over this particular session to Sushil. Sushil, over to you. And thank you very much for your patience. And please don't forget to give your feedback. And also, if any queries, please put it on the chat room. I will be answering your queries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bhaskar sir, for my introduction and brief presentation. We will be discussing about Scope Action.NET SCADA, which is a intuitive SCADA and relatively state-of-art SCADA. We will be discussing about the challenges being faced by SCADA integrator or being faced by state utilities or any utility. Apart from that, we will be also discussing actual problem, and then we will go to the brief discussion of our SCADA system which we are providing, and then we will be going to some case studies which we have done. After that, we will be having some question and answer session where you can ask question and we will be answering all the things. So we will start with Scope Action Not SCADA. So we will be discussing like SCADA system challenges. What are the system right now being utilized by state utilities or any power utilities, and what are the challenges they are facing? But as a SCADA integrator, everyone is facing. So first of the challenges are the complexity. Now the system are getting complexer day by day. We are lots of IT system involved, lots of computer and networking is involved, lot of data exchanges going between system, different type of system. So nowadays SCADA system is becoming complex day and day by. So complexity is increasing, and what will be the necessary thing and easy thing to do so that we can reduce this complex system into one single system, and that can be used by everybody and that can be possible to do with everybody. Again, the next problem with SCADA system is scalability. Suppose one day we are getting some SCADA system, after some years we want to add some modules in it, some feature in it. So there should be some probability or there should be some feature that we can add. So scalability is also a challenge. Again, we have reliability. Every system should be reliable so that can we rely on it for our operation and our maintenance and our data storage. Again, nowadays security is the biggest challenge nowadays every utility is facing. Our system is getting connected with internet, and we are going to use the public network for data transmission from one place to other place. If there are involvement of public network, we have lot of issue with security. So we will be always looking after whether our system is secure or not. Again, another issue is interoperability. Means in a substation or in a system, there are lots of products or component involved with different type of vendors. Suppose different person are providing different type of product. So those products should be compatible to each other and they communicate to each other. So interoperability is a big issue. Again, we have flexibility. Again, we are talking about substation and industry, which are having harsh environment. So we have the need of the system, which is robots. This system robotness is very necessary. Again, nowadays we are talking about open system. Everybody is talking about that all the protocols and all the systems should be in open platform. But still some systems are legacy system. So we have to look after that we will not use it. So these are the some challenges faced by us and faced by everybody else which is involved in SCADA system. Here are some real life challenges for electrical utilities. Nowadays, everybody is dependent upon OEM. Suppose somebody is providing with RTU or relay or IDs, they should provide SCADA, they should provide repair. So there is a dependency on single vendor or single OEM. Again, some problem is when our SCADA is getting old, when our system is getting older, we need to upgrade it because nowadays computer system is upgrading very fast. So SCADA system upgradation cost is also a biggest challenge. And again, we have always, as per our need increase, our substation always increase. So we may have some addition of bay, which should be integrated in our SCADA system. So this problem is always play a factor with us. Again, we have delay support, and again the SCADA system is complex and it is a special system. So you may need a requirement of expert personnel for SCADA. That is also challenge because everybody can't be expert on SCADA system for operation and maintenance. And again, there is a firmware upgradation. Nowadays, IT and computer system is day by day development is going very fast. Relatively, SCADA is not developing that fast. So we have to cope up with the development in IT sector and computer system. So these are the practical problem everybody is facing. So these are the practical problem everybody is facing. So now Scope has come with the state of art SCADA system. So SCADA system come up which will be minimizing these problems. So we will go and look after our SCADA system. What are the features we are providing? What are the USP? What are the new feature and new system we are going to provide? So we have a 30+ year of experience and leveraging that we have come up with the state of art SCADA system. We have expert manpower which have a very vast experience in electrical field and they know the problem which everybody else is facing. So the problem they are facing, with this problem we come with the SCADA system which will be minimizing your this problem. Our SCADA system is made under the initiative of Make in India initiative. It is developed on .NET framework. It is OEM independent and it supports multi-protocol. Again, we are supporting scripting which is on C# and VB.NET. We are also supporting EMA certification for IC 61850. Action.NET is the latest software on market. All implementation on .NET framework. .NET will give you the facility that if you want to add new APIs or any features which you want to develop by yourself, you can do it. We are using window presentation library which will give your SCADA system or visualization institute look and a state of art look that will be not boring. It will be like interesting screen like that and resolution will be great. So that we are using. We again using WCF Foundation library which will allow us to communicate various devices with simultaneously over different protocol. We are using natively relational database SQLite, which is completely small. That will be not your load SCADA software, and that will be like that when your SCADA software is there. It is a big software. So if we are using a relatively light protocol, light database, it will be like that. It will be not overload your system. It has compiled script C# and VB.NET, which is 20 to 100 times faster than conventional system like Java system is faster than these systems. So there are some features of Scope Action Node. It is a pure .NET, no legacy code. Means this software is developed on pure .NET framework, no legacy code. Means there is no anything used which is of our proprietary. Means it is open system. Our system is cloud ready and it is native 64 bits. Means now it supports 64-bit computer and any system. And we are supporting the embedded operating system and object-oriented system, and we have embedded SQL engine and web server are included in it. It is an event-driven software and modular type of software and real-time having real-time database. And all the thing it is efficient and intuitive, and it is a safe software for architectural development. And everything is very nicely and very detailed about that. So the some of the benefits of Scope Action or our SCADA system is it can connect with multiple OEM protection relay and IDs without the help of OEM support. If any relay or ID is over 650 or over any open protocol, we can directly connect with it. We can directly see that whether we can get ICD file and can connect with our SCADA system. It is very easy to use. And we have also, I have told you already, our SCADA system is a modular type and it is open system. So whenever you require a system which needs customized solution, you can provide customized solution with this app. And in single software, you can connect hundreds of protocols directly. So there is no protocol required. Nowadays, every distribution sector is coming up with FTP. Means there is always a front end processor required for converting data from one protocol to other protocol. So when we are seeing that if we have all the protocol attached with us, then there will be no requirement of FTP servers. So we have unlimited number of communication lines. Means simultaneously lots of the protocol can connect with single software. Means in single software you can connect with different type of protocols, different type of channels simultaneously. We can connect unlimited number of RTU and IDs, and we are supporting multiple redundancy like hot standby, hot redundancy. So these are the things we can support, and we are supporting up to 12 lakh of data points. So these are the some basic feature or some benefits provided by us. We are supporting multi-platform system. We are supporting .NET framework. We are supporting Windows operating system. We are supporting iOS, Android, Linux, and Raspberry Pi. We are also supporting Windows Server 2016. So the thing of saying that we can support any system which is available right now in the market. We can give our solution to any business, anywhere, any network, anybody. We are giving you a system which can be connected to cloud, iOS, and any remote client you can connect. So you have flexibility to go with this system, and you can connect with your different type of problem, different type of solution you can achieve it. ScopeAction.net is a platform also. You can say it is a platform where you can develop your own, your own solution according to your need. So we can provide customized solution. Suppose nowadays you required ADMS, we can provide it. Now you required some side safety programming, some report, some special report, you can also have it. So there are lots of things you can do with it. So we can provide different type of solution with this platform. We are supporting multi-protocol, different type of protocols supported by us, like IC 61850. We are supporting IC 61850 edition 1. Is it my voice audible to you? Saju ji ke sir, it is audible to you?
Yes, Sushil, you can. We can hear you properly. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, we are supporting multi-protocols, means there are lots of protocols supported by us. Maybe it is 61850, 60870. So we are supporting 61850 over both edition. Edition 1 we are supporting and edition 2 we are also supporting. So we are supporting all the type of relay available over 61850. We are supporting client over here. Again, we are supporting 6087 over master and slave. So it means whenever there is a requirement of gateway, we can also give our SCADA system for gateway application. Means we are supporting master as well as slave for 101 and 104. Again, we are supporting Modbus TCP IP 103 and we are supporting DNP 3.0, yani distributed network protocol. We are also supporting ICCP, inter control center protocol. When there is a communication between two control center, we are using ICCP. When there is a transmission of bulk data from one control center to other control center, maybe you have heard the name of DC, data center and data recovery center. There you can use ICC protocol. Again, we are supporting CIM and XML. When there are involvement of lot of IT system in a project like RAPDRP, where there are connected between different type of computer system where they are requirement of CML, XML protocol. There we can use it. Again, we have some protocol like OPC, UA, and DA client. This OPC, UA, Open Platform Communication, means when there is a bulk data transmission between SCADA and OMS system, maybe SCADA and DMS system, there you can use OPC system. Nowadays, cloud-based system also use the OPC clients. So there you can also transmit your data over some other system also. And we are also supporting IVR, means interactive voice response. Means like that whenever you call a customer here, they will call you, respond you. Like that we are supporting that system also. Apart from that, we have supporting number of different PLC protocols. Means when there is a involvement of process industry, we have some Mitsubishi protocol, some Siemens semantic protocol, like that SNMP protocol, like that we are lots of protocol. Sunil sir, I would like to convey you that uh, I have said that delay in support, that is not involved with my SCADA system. It is involved in when there is a single OEM and they will not support you. Means when there is problem in SCADA system and they want your opinion, they don't support directly. So these are the problem faced by utility, not faced by us. So ESCOM will be providing you instant support. That is like delay support in service provide, not SCADA system. Our SCADA system is very fast system and you will not face any delay. Thank you, sir. Let's go to next slide. Multi-connectivity. We are supporting the multi-system connectivity. It may be multiple SCADA system or multiple database system or data exchange system. So we support ODBC data system, OLEDB data system, Ado.NET, SQL Server, Oracle, SQLite, MySQL, PostgreSQL. So in the matter of saying, we are supporting all the available database system available in market nowadays. Again, we have supporting some data exchange file. Means whenever you have to give input in your SCADA system, some SCADA system like that we want to feed some input in our SCADA system. So we have some way to do that. We have XML, CSV, and text file. These files can be integrated in our SCADA system directly, and they can integrate in SCADA system. Their SCADA data can be fed in our system. So here is a architecture topology. So in SCADA system, there can be lot of architecture, star topology, redundant system, distributed architecture, and standalone architecture. So there are 3 or 4 type of architecture: standalone, distributed architecture. So we are supporting all the type of architectures for our SCADA system. In distributed architecture system, we have Exxon.NET Server, Exxon.NET Server. We have other system for only handling of data communication. And again, we have some operators workstation. Again, we have lots of engineering PCs. And again, we have some cloud clients which are connected over internet via, there may be window clients, or there may be iOS client, or there may be Android clients. So there are lots of clients which is connected with public network. So we are supporting this type of architecture support. Again, we are also supporting standalone. Suppose you have a 132 kV substation where you want a simple single SCADA system which will be taking all your substation data and integrating and giving you reports, alarm, events, and controls, all the things. So that you can do with a single system. When you go for a control system, you want a bigger system, like you want a FTP server, you want a communication server, you want a database server. So you want all the facility of data for separate server. So it is like that you have lot of system. So that can be also done, that can be also integrated. So you have the flexibility to use the SCADA system as per your requirement. So there is no thing that we can say, okay, we are not supporting this. We are supporting all the available or thinkable architecture right now. Here we have a distributed architecture where we have a communication driver, redundant communication driver. We have servers, we have historian, we have data, and we have some external user. So we are supporting lots of type of architectures. So here are some application area of Exxon.NET. We can use this software as a process control and data aggregation. When there is a plant, and they want all the process control, they want 5 years of data aggregation. So they can use this software for this purpose. Somebody want mobile native application, means they want to see the SLD, single line diagram, over your mobile system. They can use it. If you want SCADA or single standalone HMI, you can use it. If you want HMI or embedded OEM, that can be also done. In some system, they want only performance monitoring of your assets. Means you have transformer, we have breakers, we have ICTs and CVTs, all the components or substation, you want to monitor their performance. So suppose there is a wind farm and they want to monitor all the parameters of their wind farm. They can use it. And again, our system is especially can be used for SQL and Pi system front end. Means whenever you want to use our database only, that can be also done. So there are lots of things and lots of feasibility here where you can use. Now, earlier I have told you that feasibility and scalability is required. It is problem with your utility that you have not getting feasibility and OEM. So with our SCADA system, this problem can be eliminated. And the most important thing is that implementing these things in our SCADA system is very easy. It is very user friendly. So you will be not require much of expertise to do this thing. So you can do that and it will be very beneficial for you. Here are some of the slides and some of the things that in our SCADA system is there. In our SCADA system, database, yani edit, draw and run. Means database, visualization and server is integrated in one system. Is the benefit of integrating everything in one system is that whenever I am looking for other vendor SCADA, they have separate server software, separate database software, separate HMI or visualization software. So integrating and mapping this system may cause the some problem. What is happening in actual scenario case, one data point of the database is mapped to the HMI with different data point. So to minimize this problem, we come with that if there is a software and all the system, all the components of the system should be integrated in single platform. That will be very beneficial to user and end user also. Means integrating and doing all the installation and commissioning work becomes so easy. So we have integrated run, edit and draw window in single system, single platform. Here we have alarm and events. You can have real-time alarm, historian alarm, real-time event and historian event, and you can archive and export these alarms in your PDF, Excel and all the format. So these things can be done very efficiently. We have trends, we have historian trends, we have real-time trends, as well we have native historian database, relational database system is there, where you can see all the database, all the reports in your system. In a single click of the button, you can do this. We are supporting distributed architecture where two systems can be connected it locally or remotely. So whenever you want that one server is local, other server is remote, that can be also done. Apart from that, we have some remote clients, means some computer which don't have a SCADA or don't have SCADA license, that can connect to our server and get access to our own SCADA system and full control. They can take full control or they can take only the visualization. That can be done over the role-based access. Means whatever role that user you can provide, and they can use according to their permissions. So we have all the thing. Again, we have a smart client, we have iOS client, or we can use have hundreds of smart and OS clients also that. So there is a cloud computer architect. When you are working on a SCADA system, if it is a small project, that is no problem with us. But whenever there is a big project and 2 or 3 person want to work on simultaneously, or maybe we are working on your project and you want to monitor it remotely. So in our SCADA system, there is a cloud facility where you can access and take that system online. You can work from your facility. I can work on number of user. One can work simultaneously or simultaneously can work on it or different type of component in single SCADA project. So during the development, during the runtime, you can have all the facility for remote client, remote user also. We have some user defined library. Library we have
Sushil, you are not audible.
Okay. So Sushil is having some technical issues. So I'll be. Sushil, you joined back. Hello.
Bhaskar sir, am I audible to you?
Yes, yes. You continued. You lost for some time. We
Okay,
lost
okay.
you.
So,
Continue.
yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay, sir. So we have some universal symbol library. There are lots of symbols, and in process industry, there are lots of symbols already created by some users. There are some universal symbols available with us. So there are thousands of symbols already available in the open market. So from there, you can use this symbol library to integrate in our SCADA system. So the matter of fact is saying that if you have some flexibility use the universal library, then you can integrate your SCADA like 3D visualization, 2D visualization, motor visualization, and lots of features can be added with these libraries. Here we have a 3D modeling of our SCADA system. Here you can see that symbol of isolators. So these symbols in real time, you can see them opening in real time. So you can have the lots of visualization on 2D and 3D, both the visualization available with your single line diagram. Now we support the inter-control center protocol to exchange data between one SCADA to other SCADA. For one control center to other control center, you can use ICCP TASE2 or you can use IC104. We have also one protocol that is called T-Remote Client Protocol, which is somehow our proprietary protocol. If you have two Axon.NET, you don't need to purchase the separate ICCP protocol or OBC protocol. We have the separate T-Remote Client Protocol where to SCADA. If you have two Axon.NET SCADA from ESCO, then they can connect on that T-Remote control and you can have all the features of remote control center like ICCP and OPC protocols. So if you have to scope Axon.SCADA, that can be connected with T-Remote. If you have different vendors as SCADA, you can use our open system that is ICCP and 104. And again, of course, you can use OPC protocol. We have already discussed it. We have supporting more than 50 plus of uh, electrical protocol, and we are supporting PLC protocol. We are also supporting SNMP, means Simple Network Management Protocol. Simple Network Management Protocol is like if you want to verify the health of your connected system, you can use SNMP. So there are OPC-UN or different type of protocol is here. So we are supporting these type of protocols like ODC, OLE, Oracle, SQL, and SQL and Postgre. And also we are supporting Pi, like Raspberry Pi also we are supporting. We have online Google Map. When you have different assets and they are separated with different location, you can have their geometric location or geographical location exact on their latitude or longitude in your SCADA system. You can visualize their presence and their state on Google Map. Live Google Map, you can see that. So this is also an additional advantage with us. These are the some sample screens which we have done. Here you can see that in Google Map all the wind farms are there and there you can see the single line of diagram. I would like to add 2 or 3 points before going further that our SCADA system is very easy to use. It is OEM independent or we have not added any interlock in it. If you have taken our SCADA system and you want to add new data points, you want to add new features, or you want to add new way in it, you can do it. We will support it, but we will not charge for that support. And we will not say that, okay, you are going to integrate new system in our SCADA system. That can be not the problem. You can do it by yourself. And getting up of 1 week of experience and 1 week of training, you can work on our SCADA system. It is that easy. Apart from that, we have additional features, which is like that automatic DR extraction. Means in our SCADA system, you can automatically extract the DR from your interconnected relay, and it will be stored in your local PC. And from there, you can access it and visualize your DR. So here are the some. So coming to this SLD, here are some sample screen which we have done already. Here are the sample screen where you can see the visualization is so good. These are the some features we have talked about of our SCADA system. We have done some of the projects, and we are in middle of doing some of the bigger project, bigger distribution project, which we will discuss about that. And after that, after discussing all the case study, we will be taking your questions, and whatever question you will ask, we will support you. So if you are asking question in chat box, we will be answering all that question when our session is over. So don't worry, we will be answering all your queries. So our we have installed a SCADA system, control center SCADA system in Suzlon monitoring system. Suzlon was getting their pneumatic data, their data from wind farm, from their in their SCADA system, from their substation and their wind farms. Now they wanted their substation data. They wanted their substation data to be integrated in a SCADA system where they can have all the data of substation data and their pneumatic data. So is Suzlon give us the project, and we have implemented two substations, one charge-based and one non-charge-based substation. We have integrated this RTU there, and we have integrated all the system over IC4G104. Once we have available all the system and all the data of the substation, we integrated our SCADA there, and we used already installed server. We have taken that some space from their server, and we installed that our SCADA system in their respective server. Once the installation is complete, we have taken all the substation data. After getting substation data, we integrated that data in single line diagram. But again, they wanted their pneumatic data, their wind farm data to integrate in our SCADA, so that they have one place there they can see all these data, and they can generate all type of reports. So we taken that data from pneumatic data from their SCADA system to our SCADA system over OPC, and we have given that the feasibility that they can give data over either OPC or 104. So we have given them both the facility. So after getting data, we have integrated data, and we have generated some reports. Some report like that loss report means how much power is generated by wind farm, and every step to that feeding substation, how much substation is getting and how much is transmitting or giving the other utility, state utility, from the generating point up to feeding point. We are getting all the data, and we are creating the reports, loss report for that. We are also creating that if breaker is shut down, how much time it is shut down, and daily reports and daily loss report, daily energy report. So we are generating lots of report. Apart from that, we are monitoring wind turbine 24/7, monitoring every parameter, 20 or 25 parameter of that wind turbines, what is wind speed, wind direction, every pneumatic data we are monitoring right now. We are also provided NMS system, and also we are creating real-time monitoring across all India. Now, right now, there are two substations which is reporting to SMC Pune. 20 substation in the process, and next Suzlon will be getting connected with their all the substation which is distributed across India. So there will be going to be big project and big data accumulation there, but our system is not getting much loaded. It is using that it is not using separate server. It is just taking some space from their existing server. So I can say that our SCADA system is not a heavy software. It is a light software, a modular software, which can be utilized on different environments. So here are some Suzlon wind farm and SMC Pune. There you can see blue scheme. This is our SCADA system. Again, we have done in 2017, we have done a 400 kV project, which is at MSTCL Nagpur, Kapar Kera substation, 400 by 220 kV substation was there. They were having already some SCADA with them already, with some vendor they have already. They have given us the project for third party SCADA system. They want to see that whether third party SCADA system is feasible with us or not, whether we have to go with only OEM or third party SCADA can work proficiently or not. So we have integrated our SCADA system in parallel of already the SCADA system, and we have integrated all the existing relay of ABB, CPAN and BCUID. The most important point was that we have not taken any support either from ABB, either from CPAN or either from CBAN. We have just extracted or directed their ICD file and we integrated our SCADA system and it is running very smoothly. And result of that, the MSTCL is so happy about that thing that they have already given us 10 to 12 projects for remote SCADA system like Aurangabad and Parli or 10 other substations also, which is already commissioned by us. Again, in we have requested power grid. So to show our feasibility and features of our SCADA system, and they have given us permission to integrate our SCADA system in parallel of their already running SAS system in power grid 400 kV Jind Haryana substation, where we have installed our SCADA system in parallel of already running SCADA system, and we have integrated all the base of 220 kV, 400 kV, and there are ABB, GE, Siemens, and all the others relay are also there. So we integrated all the bay. Apart from that, we have also taken data from firefighting system and auxiliary BCU also. So we have integrated everything available there, and we have shown that reports and single line diagrams and all the control monitoring, all the features of the SCADA system. We have given that, and that system is already running since for 1 year, and it is giving their performance, and they are too happy about it. So there are our system is parallelly running with there, and it is like 1 year is already passed there. Here are some of the screen of 400 kV Jind substation. Here is a 220 kV SLD. It is like alarms, events, all the things are like there. And we have now, we are doing some of the distribution projects for some distribution utility. RTDS is a project which is a real-time data acquisition system, which is being funded by PFC, and we are in middle of doing 4 or 5 projects. So the objective of RTDS system is there is AT&T loss. AT&T loss is there, and there's a lots of transmission or technical NAT loss. So to minimize this and to know what is the reliability of their distribution system, they wanted to monitor their 33 by 11 kV substation. They want that how many time power is off, how time is interruption is there. For that purpose, they want to do some reliability index like SID and safety. SID is system average interruption duration index. Means in a single day, single week, how much times power is out, customer is not getting power. SID is like how many times power is interrupted for a customer. So When they will know their SAIDI and SAIDI for their substation, their feeder and their utility, they will know the how reliable their network or their transmission network or distribution network is there. So they want to calculate these things. For that purpose, they want to install that FRTU, feeder RTU at their control substation, and then monitor these parameters like circuit breaker status, energy status, isolator status, and fault status, all the status, and calculate SAIDI safety. Planned SAIDI safety is outage due to maintenance work, and unplanned SAIDI safety outage due to some out fault or some other faults, maybe sometimes big data. So for this system, they have gone for real-time data acquisition system. So we have done that project, and we are already in process of doing this project with the APPDCL, where we have already commissioned two substations for POC, and it is already communicating with control center, and we have done the POC, and it is not already because installation of server is going on, but in local SCADA system, we have getting this. We have done the communication through, and it is already reporting up to control system, and we are in process of installing servers and SCADA there. But all project is done, and two substation work is already complete. Apart from that, we have doing APPDCL project. We are doing TSL-PDCL, where we will be installing RTU, and there is other SCADA system which will be integrated. Again, we have TSS-PDCL, where we will be also supplying all the system. Again, we have KSB, and other one system is in our northeast for that SAIDI project, where we will be also doing this all the thing. We have also certified for KIMA certification. We have already got the KIMA certification level A for the part addition 2. This addition 1 and addition, and we will be supporting part 6 of IC 61850, which is ICA standard of document. We will be supporting part 6, 7-N, 7-2, 7-4, and 8-1. So we will be supporting all the things. So in the nutshell, here are the some performance we have already got. We have already got the performance certificate from MSTCL 400 kV Kamarkhera. We have got performance certificate from Suzlon. So they are already happy about our system, and they are right now using it. And apart from that, we have already in process of getting performance certificate for different type of utility where we have done our SCADA system. So in nutshell, we can say that this is a modular SCADA system which can be used for power utilities, which can be used for our process industry, which can be used for steel industry, which can be used for generation, distribution, and transmission. Apart from that, our SCADA system can be used for performance monitoring, and also some of the projects like that, whatever you can say, like energy monitoring EMS system, where there are a lot of meter involved and you want to generate only reports. So we can have this system for generating all the reports and all the parameters, and importing them, and EMS system can be seen here also. So these are the some of the basic features which can be done. It is easy to use, and support system will be the best. Bhaskar sir, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Sushil. We will be taking a few of questions and answering those questions. Most of the questions are being answered through chat. Few of the questions we will be discussing here. One of the question asked by Mrs. Deepa Sharaf. So your question is, ma'am, in extension projects, what is the exact work required to be done in SaaS integration? This is your question. Mainly SaaS integration. This is very critical and a critical job in the substations. Normally, what happens when it comes to a extension of projects? What happens? You have you install one SCADA already for the substation, and there is an extension job, and that extension job you require to integrate those extension based to the existing SCADA. This is again a tricky job and a very the complicated job when it comes to a SCADA is having a rigid features, like suppose few of the manufacturers say that, okay, if you are having an extension job, you take my BCU, then only you can integrate with my SCADA system, and they will charge you just like that. For 2 bays, 3 bays, they charge you lakh of rupees for integrating those 1 or 2 bays to their existing SCADA. So again, this is when Sushil was saying that difficulties or challenges in the substations. What happens? This is the major challenge for every electricity, every utilities. So the SCADA which you are taking should be open to all the manufacturers. Today you are taking one manufacturer's BCU. Tomorrow you are taking other manufacturer BCU. That other manufacturer BCU should be seamlessly connected with the existing SCADA on either on 61850 protocol or any other protocol which are open protocols. So your question to the answer to your question is that one is that you have to talk to your existing SCADA, if it is existing SCADA is available, SCADA manufacturers, and ask that key what are the things to be integrated with the SCADA for the extended base, or you have to purchase their BCU or existing BCUs to integrate that. That is what you have to do it. When it comes to our project, our SCADA, this problem is being eliminated. Whatever the relays you are going to take, it is completely independent of OEM. You take today one OEM, tomorrow another OEM, or third day you have another OEM. You can seamlessly integrate with our SCADA. So that is what the advantage we have it. And ma'am, we have faced, because since we have been this particular field and we are doing a lot of extension jobs, we face the similar problems when it comes to the extension jobs, and really these all are the very difficult when it comes to integration things. That's what our SCADA is being flexible to take any of extension projects, and simply what you need to do, you purchase any of the relays. Like today you purchase CRP from us, I am giving some one manufacturer's OEM relays, and my SCADA is not looking at which manufacturer's relays or which manufacturer's BCU you are going to integrate. You just give the data to my SCADA. SCADA will seamlessly connected with that. Only you have to just add the base or configure the base into the SCADA system. I think I have answered you. And if you have any further question, ma'am, on this, you can talk to me, or you talk to my sales engineer. He can help you out in this thing. Next question is Mr. Venkatachalam Ravichandran. Do you have any special tool for automatically control the VAR in EHT network? Automatically control the VAR. Yeah, we have given some solutions by using combination of products, like something like we have a RTU, and we have somewhat PMU. We use the PMU, and we use the RTU, and those things are being collect the data, and see that where is more than settable value, then it will go directly either controlling your generation, or because normally we have given these things to one of the generation plan. So this is directly connected with the generation. So that is again, I could understand your exactly the requirement and where you are going to use this particular application. Accordingly, I can give you a proper answer to you. So. And Sanjay Sharma, what is the scope of after sales support regarding the scope SCADA and future upgradation? Sir, again, it is what we are having. Our SCADA is having a USP. Normally, when we are giving a SCADA, like we have supplied to MSc TCL also, what we did, we have installed the SCADA, we have given the training to the customers. That training will be like that. If any problems arises, a small problem or day-to-day life problem, day-to-day activities problems, or any not more major problem, but it's a manageable problems, that can be, you yourself can be do it. That is what we are trying to give a training to them, so that less dependence on OEM and more power, more control on your own SCADA. That's what we have done it in MSc TCL, and without our help, they have done. We have given you or shown them only one way integration and one way creation and database creation to them, and rest of all the base in that particular substation is been done by MSc TCL engineers itself. So they only ask any very critical problem, they ask over the phone, and we try to take the remote access and clear it. But most of the things, once after the 1 year, they are not calling us, they themselves are doing it. And today they got it that they can even take only the license from us, and completely they do themselves the creating the database, creating the SLDs, connecting with the data to the relays on 61850, on Modbus. All these things they are doing. So that's what we are believing in. And when you take any license or any product from us, we train you for that. So you don't disturb us, and I should not disturb you. You don't bother about that. So that's what our philosophy when we are when it comes to SCADA after sales service. You're doing AMC, Ramesh Kumar. You are doing AMC for other system like ABB, Siemens, SCADA, and GE RTU system with the data transfer, SRLDC, SLDC, TM. When it comes to a AMC for other manufacturers SCADA, we are not doing, sorry, because again that particular product is their own property, and we are not having rights to touch their products. So we are not doing that thing. Even if Siemens is allow us, ABB allow us, we can do it. But again, it's a domain on this particular thing is domain of original manufacturers. And any other question? Communication protocols. I think one Mr. Arvind, he was he's asking how much RAM required for SCADA system. Normally, sir, our SCADA system is very light system. So usually, if it is a very small application like a one substation, so you can even install on your regular PC and you can operate it. But if you are going to use this SCADA system for more than 100 substation data collection and other things, again the RAM is not very important here. It's it takes very less space on your system. mostly 4 GB and 8 GB RAM for your any system. But again, it's again dependent on the application. What application you are going to use. If it is a substation SCADA like SAS system, substation automation systems, your even regular PC can do it. Take the these particular software. But when it comes to a more than 100 substation and other things, maybe you can think of more RAM to that to get it to access those services. Like suppose you want to use ICCP, you want to give the data to some other system, you want to take the data. These all are the different applications where normally RAM is going to play the major role. But again, it's not much RAM required for that. Usually, the 8 GB RAM is okay with us to take any of system. Can we have solution for our existing? Okay. Next question is. Thanks for giving the contact number of Anil Sharma. Okay. What is the reason for hang of SCADA? Alok Sahu. Yeah. There are several reasons, sir. We cannot say that this particular reason it is hanging or it is. We cannot say that, but the reasons are like one is rightly said that your operating system is very old and your RAM is not sufficient. Again, that is a system issue. Second is that the data collection capability of SCADA is lesser than what he is taking the data. So much data is coming and the process of the system is not capable to handle those data. Then that case also strikes. And there are internal configurations and again you say that how you are storing those collected data into your system database. So that is also plays important role. So there are a lot of other areas we have to look into when it is hanging of SCADA system. Hari Krishna, how is the license and how is the database made? Is it the proprietary of scope or integration with other main DMS softwares? How is the license and how is the database made? Is it the proprietary of scope or integration with other main DMS? Oh, actually, see, licensing and other things are like when you are taking a license, we are giving a two different way of licenses. One is that the USB, one USB license we give it, hardware license, and one is the paper license. The hardware license is the advantage that today you are shifting a system from one system to other system, take that license and put it here and that will run it. But when it comes to the paper license, what happens? That particular license is registered with the one particular system. So when you are any issues with your system and you want to change that system, then you have to approach us to again renewal or again issuing the new paper license for that particular new system. So that is one the two ways everybody is doing it. When it comes to DBMS, we are supporting a lot of database, a lot of like MySQL, Oracle, SQL, of course it's Oracle, and DBMS, and Dell database. All these database we support. What we do, if some of the cases when we are giving the SCADA, the customer itself purchase the database and say that this is the database I want to use it. So accordingly, our configuration will be changes. But if you want to give my database or if I'm giving a SCADA, I can also give you my database, taking the license from any of these database manufacturers and give it to you. And the entire, when I'm giving a database license and SCADA license, entire responsibility lies with us. But if you are giving your own database and I'm just connecting and storing my data to your database, then you have to handle or you have to maintain your database, right? Second, one question from that, minimum only. Can we have solution for our existing existing SCADA having 32 numbers is Indore city. This question, sir, we have the SCADA. The beauty of the SCADA is that we have a single platform SCADA, sir. If you want to use a very small application like 1000 database, the same SCADA will be given to you. If I want to use a 1 lakh data application, I can give it to the same SCADA. Only thing is that I increase the data points. So if you are using a 72 numbers of existing SCADA, having the 72 numbers of SCADA to extend up to 102 at Indore city. So if you want to extend 32 numbers, 72 numbers of substation to 102 numbers of substations in existing SCADA, then what you need to do, ma'am, sorry, sir, you have to check whether the data points are available in your existing system. If the data points are available, like you have purchased for 1 lakh data points SCADA, but you used only 50,000 data points. So you still have with the 50,000 data points. So you can still do or increase your substations to that particular connect with the SCADA. But if your data points are not available, then you have to go back to your existing SCADA OEM and ask for the extension of or increase of data points if that supports. Otherwise, you have to replace it. That's again the major issues everybody is facing. Can the old Windows XP can be upgraded by Windows 10? Definitely, sir. Can be done. Alok Saho, our SCADA system for ABB and we have SAS1, SAS2, but only one system is hanging, but other is running well. Sir, again, I'm saying that those all are, we have to see what exactly this problem, because maybe a hardware problem, it may be a hardware problem, it might be some redundancy configuration problem. So we have to really look into that, what exactly gone wrong with that. Either it's on hardware or maybe mostly hardware part, maybe a issue with that. Only you have to check it up with the ABB and see that what is exactly this problem. Ashish Vaidya, are you approved in PGCL? Have you supplied for PGCL substation? Ma'am, normally we have given a pilot installation in Jin 400 kV, where the similar problem they have faced, like their existing SCADA is not supporting the extension base. The original OEM is saying that you have to change entire your SCADA. There we have approached them. We asked that, okay, we can give the pilot to your substation and we will connect all your existing substation and the extension base also into one system. So that's what we have installed one pilot project in Jin, and we have done all the integrations and even the control also, controlling of the breakers, controlling the isolators from the software. So it's a complete substation automation system we done parallel to their existing system. And they're supposed to approve it. It's already 1 year over, so we have to just see that. Normally, problem is that in PGCL, the normal philosophy of the PGCL is that they will purchase the SAS with the CRP, control and relay panel, and the SAS, both as a combination they purchase. But what we are trying to push that as a standalone SCADA. You see that even the other countries like developed countries of Canada, US, and Europe's control and relay panel, the protection system they treat as a separate subject, and automation is a separate project system, because automation is more on IT related and more on communication related. When it comes to the protection, it is more on protection related, mainly the saving the primary equipments. Unfortunately, what happened in India, the conventional methodology is that you give a control and relay panel, also you give a same manufacturer, they purchase the SCADA system, so that they feel that, okay, the integrations issues won't come. So if any problems comes, relay is not communicating with the SAS is not communicating with the relay, so one vendor can take care of everything. That is okay when it is comes to the before the earlier era of 61850. But when it comes to a 61850, more advanced communication technologies coming, what happened? When you take a single system, you're missing a lot of features which the standalone SCADA is giving. And also you're missing that if standalone SCADA like us, we are giving to you as SCADA, we are teaching you, we are training you each and every aspect of integration and the protocols, so that the customer is understanding the protocols and taking the things and he is handling his SCADA. But earlier, what it is not like that. Unlike today, earlier it is not like that. Everything is done by a OEM, and he is not even training you. If any small issue, also you are running pillar to post to solve those issues. That is the biggest problem with the standalone the earlier issues. Now people are slowly changing their minds, and they are treating control and relay panel is a separate subject. SCADA is a separate subject. When I am purchasing a SCADA, that should be integrated with the existing relays which are on 61850 or any open protocol, so that you have a flexibility of asking so many features or asking so many your user defined reports. Otherwise what happens, they only give their own formats of reports. You have to cope up with those reports. You have to get used to their reports. They don't give you your whatever you want. You have to accept whatever they give. That's the issue. So with that particular principle or approach, we approached the PowerGrid. PowerGrid has also liked that one, and they have allow us to install this one. Let's see, ma'am, because so far they have not approved us in the PowerGrid, but the pilot project is running from last 1 year. Maybe we will approach once again after this pandemic, and we will get approved in that. Hope we will be getting approval from PowerGrid. Somnath Khara, why we use your SCADA instead of GE and ABB? Mostly I explain you. Mostly what happens, I already explained what are the different advantages we give it to you. Like my earlier just now I answered, and most of the my explanation is again answered your question. But once again I give you 1 or 2 points. One is my SCADA can parallelly take all the protocols. You don't require any protocol converter. Like if it is a if meters are giving a Modbus, and your substation is having one is meters, second is the relays, third one is RTUs. These all are the major 3 different components when it comes to a division of the protocols. Modbus is meters on Modbus, relays on latest IEC 61850, the RTUs on either 101, 104. These all are the 3 protocols normally we use it. So what happens when it comes to the meters, you have to use a protocol converter. Normally people are using the protocol converter to convert this particular Modbus into 61850 and then connected with the SAS system. Our SCADA is parallelly take Modbus. You don't require to convert the protocols. Our SCADA system directly take from the relay 61850. Our SCADA system directly take relays from the old relays of 103 protocol or DNP, anything. You don't require to convert. This is one of the biggest advantage. So you are reducing any hardware, means you are reducing your failures of your system or leakages. Second one is, the most important thing is that when I am giving a standalone SCADA, you have lot of advantages, lot of user defined things, and I am training you to handle my SCADA, because when I am selling a SCADA, it's your baby. You don't require to come small issues to us. So that's what our philosophy, to train you, so that tomorrow anything you want to add it or anything you want to program it, you can even program it. We have one advantage in the SCADA is scripts. So you can write any program on C language, .NET language, any language, whichever you want, like ladder programming and other programming, and you create your own logic and work on the SCADA. That's what the flexibility we are giving. It's an open platform. .NET platform is open platform. Tomorrow you add it, you open it, or you work some other platform and integrate with my platform. So I don't have any issues or any integration problems. Suppose I'm Sunil Singh. Suppose I'm sitting at NLDC Delhi and want to open a circuit breaker in Tamil Nadu through your SCADA NTMC project. Is it feasible? Yes, definitely. That's what the SCADA normally does. It. Is the scope SCADA based on 600 standard, or it can be integrated with one or so SCADA is not based on any protocol. What we do is we have various libraries of protocols. If you want only the 61850, I enable only 61850 and give it to you. If somebody wants 61850, 103 protocol, Modbus protocol, and all other protocols he can mention, I can just enable it and give it to you. My SCADA is already having those protocols. Only you have to enable it. And my SCADA, that's what earlier also I was saying, that my SCADA, what I'm offering the SCADA is used for a small application, is used for the SAS substation automation in one particular substation, or is used for the bigger application like NLDC, RLDC sort of things, where hundreds, thousands substations are being controlled and data is being collected from them. That SCADA also, a single platform can be done it. So today you purchase a SCADA for substation, and tomorrow you want to increase to 2 substations, remotely one more substation you want to connect with the same SCADA, you can still connect with that same SCADA, only increase the points. Or tomorrow you want to increase 10 substations of remote substation, you want to connect with the existing SCADA, you can still do it. So single platform at different applications. Senthil is okay, sir, I joined late. Can I have PPT? Definitely. Whoever participating and registered with us, we are sharing a PPT in PDF format, and even the video, I think I'll check it up with, even the video is also available for you. You can later view those presentations later also. SCADA based 61850 if integrated. What is the suggestion for 230 kV substation installed SCADA or RTU for your experience? What's your suggestions for 230 kV substation installation SCADA or RTU for your experience? Suggestions means, if you are a state electricity board and having the authority of purchasing this, better you purchase a standalone SCADA. With control and relay panel is a separate one, because normally it should not be a single package. It should be a control and relay panel and SAS system. So you will have a one price advantage. Second is features advantage. Third one is integration flexibilities. All these things will be easier. But when it comes to a package, maybe you have to compromise a lot of features. A lot of things are being compromised with that package. That's what my suggestion. As most states boards are asking for OEMs for supplier CRP and SAS, how you define yourself as OEM or supplier? Yeah, again, so this is the new type of approach we are doing. Mostly, I expressed earlier also. We have the mindset of European mindsets, like CRP and SAS should be from same manufacturers. See, my request is that if you want to learn the SCADA, you want to have your own control on SCADA, you want to add extension base by yourself, what do you need to do? You have to go with the standalone SCADA and standalone CRP. That is what the advantage you get it. And when it comes to a SCADA, we are the OEM of SCADA, but If you want me to supply CRP, I can even supply CRP with my SCADA integration as a package. But the only thing is that I have to supply with the OEM relays approved, your approved relays, the CRP and my SCADA. And the entire responsibility will be taken, like integration and supports or training, everything can be taken by us. That is what we have the flexibility. Or you want only the one SCADA, I can give it to you. Even you want only CRP, I can still give it to you by using your approved make. All the design, everything is done by us, because we have supplied so far more than 3,000 control and relay panels to different various utilities. So that's already we are supplying it. This also we can do it. Have you executed distribution automation project anywhere? Distribution automation. Yeah. We are doing in RT- projects in DISCOMs. We have done it in Assam. We are doing in MSc DCL. These all are we are doing it. eScope is also manufactured merging units. Does your SAS process bus type? We are not manufacturing the merging unit, but we have a technological collaboration with our partner in Canada, Visimax. We supply Visimax products of RTU and CSD control switching device and merging units. And our SCADA is, we are in the implementation of 9-2 protocols to take directly from the merging unit. So far, we have not completed it, but it's an ongoing process. This is Ashish Vaidya. eScope also manufactured. Okay, I have already answered you. Thank you for SCADA. Seems to be very good. Okay, thank you very much, Sunil Singh sir, for your appreciation. We would like to hear from you or your feedback on this session. Also, any queries related to SCADA or anything which are having any integration issues with the existing system also, you please write us so that we try to take those questions and talk to you personally or over the phone or email, through email. Any other questions? But there is no security issues. We have completely compliant with the NERC compliance. So Mr. Senthil is right. What about the security issues? If we have multiple protocols, like there is no security issues in this. See, even my SCADA is compliance of NERC compliance and third-party security, cyber security, all these certification we have. So I don't think there is a security issue, because when it comes to a protocols, it's a complete closed loop in the one network. So you don't have any securities. When it comes to transmitting the data to NRLDC through SIM cards and any open communication, then there is a security issues will come. When it comes to a substation SCADA, because that is a very closed loop and nobody is going to enter into that particular closed your network. So I don't think there is a external security threats in that particular network. As Sunil Singh, have scope bid for Power Grid overseas consultancy? No, sir, not it. Hari Krishna, you.
Bhaskar sir, we are overshooted our time
Okay,
limit.
fine. What I'll do, I'll take last question, and then any remaining questions are there. Then what we'll do, we will over the phone or over the mail, through mail, we will answer them. Okay, I'll take last question and we will close this session, right? Hari Krishna, sorry if the question is repeated. We have relay CRP at remote place with just telephone copper cable. So how are the communication linked to them established by SCADA? We have relays at remote, just telephone copper cable. Telephone copper cable. Is it the PLC carrier cables or telephone copper cable? Maybe 104 protocol can do it, but you cannot have that much of speed access to them. Very slow access. Only you can see the data You can, if you want to control, there is some delay control command goes, because it's again depending on the speed of your communication link. But definitely it's on 104, you can do it. So what we need to do at remote end CRP, you have to add one RTU, which will be collecting the data from all your relays and sending to the SCADA, either on 104 or 101, if it is a serial call link. And IP based link hai to, then it is 104 is also possible. But only thing is that the speed is very less, so is bit slow. But okay, it works. It works. There's no issue on that. Okay, and thank you very much. I can any queries which has been left out from my side, we will be answering you through mail. And thank you very much for participating in this series. We are going to look for another session which is on the product training taken by our service group. Then next month, same on Saturday, we are going to have a IoT solutions. We have a topic on IoT solutions. So if you are properly giving your mail IDs and telephone numbers, my marketing team will approach you on those communication, those IDs, and he will intimate you all our schedules of webinars. Thank you very much, and we look forward for your active participation. Also, please fill the feedback form so that please even